Today I'm going to be giving you the best network settings, particularly Ethernet settings for gaming in 2025. These are going to lower your ping, lower your latency, and increase your internet speed quite a bit. So subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Let's just get straight into this. I want to keep this as simple as possible. Sometimes people complain that my videos are way too informative, and then others complain that they're not informative enough. So we just can't please everyone. But I can assure these work and vouch below if they do. But without further ado, what you want to do is type in network. So you can either go into your control panel directly, and then you'll find network and internet, or if you just type in network, it should come up view network connections. From there, let's say you're on the control panel, you want to go to network and internet as I mentioned, or if you click straight into here, you will find two things, probably a wireless connection, which as you can see I don't use, and your Ethernet. If you don't have an Ethernet, you want to do this for your Wi-Fi connection as best you can do so, but for the most part I don't think you will have like any of these settings really, and there's not really much there you can do. So this is very much oriented around Ethernet cables. But whether you have an Ethernet or not, and I highly suggest you do, because if you don't, that's why you have bad ping, this will help anyway. So double click into your Ethernet, go to properties. First things first, under network, make sure everything here is turned off. So everything is unticked besides QoS packet scheduler and internet protocol version 4 or IPv4 or TCP. So keep them both ticked. Press configure, go to power management. If you can, turn these off and then go to advanced. This is the most important part. We want to basically copy pretty much all these settings here. I'll explain some of them. Some of you will have different settings to me as well, so I'll go over them at the end. But first of all, I'll cover what you can see right here, and you will have most of these. So ALP offload, set this to disabled. Energy efficient Ethernet, of course this is a power saving mode, turn that off. Flow control, disabled. Idle power down restriction, another power saving mode, set that to disabled. Interrupt moderation, disabled. Interrupt moderation rate, off. IPv4 checksum offload, disabled. Jumbo packet, disabled. Large send offload v2 IPv4 and large send offload v2 IPv6, disabled. Locally administered address, just have that on not present. NS offload, disabled. Packet priority in VLAN, have that set to packet priority enabled. Speed and duplex, have this on the highest option, that is full duplex. So for me, so to clarify, 100 megabytes per second is less than 2.5 gigabytes per second, or even 1 gigabyte per second. So right here, the best option for me is 2.5 gigabytes per second on full duplex. Usually I think it is just the bottom option here, but double check. TCP checksum offload, this one right here, IPv4 disabled. This one below it, IPv6 disabled. The one below that, this is UDP checksum offload disabled, and the IPv4 and 6, just all of these disabled, okay? I don't know why there's so many, but yeah, they do different things. Wake on magic packet. This is always such an interesting one for me. Just magic, like that's just someone needs to educate me on where they got this from. Why is it called a magic packet? Nonetheless, disabled. Wake on magic packet from S5, which means state 5, enabled, and wake on pattern match, disabled. Okay, and now for some of you that may have had other settings in here that I haven't went over yet, near jumbo packet, you may have something called jumbo frames. I can't demonstrate this, but if you do, set that to the highest option. You may also have something called receive buffers. What you want to do is set that to a value such as 1,000 and press enter. Now, when you press enter, it may tell you that the value is out of range. And in that case, it will give you a range. It will tell you like the valid range is from, I don't know, 50 to, again, this is random, 700. The highest range it tells you that is valid, put that in. So again, let's say the highest range is 700, change that to 700 and just enter that again and it'll work. You may also have something called RSC segment coalescing IPv4 and IPv6, similar to the large send offload, you know, the different two options. Turn them both to disabled. You may also have a setting called transmit buffers. This is similar to what we did with jumbo frames. So put in a random value like 1,000, for example, just to be safe. And then it will tell you what the valid range is and just have that as the highest value range. You may have something in there called VLAN ID. This is separate. Set that to 0. You may also have something called WOL and shutdown link speed. Have that set to the default value. And that is everything. You shouldn't have any other settings. And if you do, keep them on the default value. Now, honestly, while I'm here, I thought additional, I may as well just show you the wireless, my wireless advanced settings. Of course, if you were following on anywhere, you've probably copied some of the ones that you could, but as you can see, there's many different options here. If you are not using Ethernet, and I'm sure most of you are if you're watching this video, you don't need to listen to this, but yes, I'll go through right here. You can copy all of these. These worked best for me, but I cannot guarantee that they are going to make a huge difference. And, you know, this is something that is very much, you know, it depends on your wireless internet. They will be different. Besides, obviously, the ones that I mentioned here, you know, the obvious ones like these, which can be disabled, Wacom Magic Packet, they're useless.